Hello my wonderful homeless audience over there and everybody who fears of going homeless. Today I want to be talking to you about homelessness, and let's start with how I relate to homeless people. There are very few homeless people in Finland. There are homeless people here, but there are very few of them compared to something like the United States. In the United States it's very common for people to become homeless for the most stupidest reasons. It can happen to anyone there. But in Finland, it's more rare. And that's why Finnish people, their way of relating to homeless people is so, awkward. We don't know what to do with homeless people. And I'm going to teach you some things that you can do with homeless people. The most important thing that you can do to a homeless person is showing that the homeless person exists, that you care about him in any way. You don't have to give the homeless person anything. You don't have to do anything like that. You just have to show your humanity. Be humane. Fuck man, don't be this modern day human being who doesn't give a shit about anything but their dog. That's pathetic, and you're a fucker if you are that kind of a person. You should be freaking maimed. Man. But let's talk about the fear of going homeless. So I'm going to talk about my own situation. You don't care about shit. You don't care a shit about me. You care only about yourself. So I'm going to talk about your situation. You fear about going homeless. That's why you work. You fear about starving. That's why you work. You fear about cold outside there. That's why you work. Or beg or anything. You fear these things. You don't want these things. These things are uncomfortable and not very nice. You don't want to starve and you don't want to freeze to death. It's understandable, and you work. Okay, that's your life. Have your life. But I'm going to say that you might end up homeless. Just the same, even if you live like that. You might end up homeless, even in this country. It's possible. But I'm going to tell about me. I might end up homeless. It's really possible that I will end up homeless. And I'm going to ask you this question. How are you going to behave when you end up homeless? If you end up homeless, how are you going to behave? I'm going to say that I'm the type of person that is going to make a show about it. I will start screaming and I will start, cursing and bullying, people that are not homeless, so to say. I will start, be the most heinous motherfucker to everybody. I will start to be the most fucking, heinous man ever. I'll probably get the cops on me, if I become homeless. I'm the type of a person that will kind of make a show about it. I'll scream through people's walls, and I'll fucking I'll make a show about it. I don't know. I'm not an anarchist. I won't break any windows. I won't break any property, but I will be hostile to people. I won't hurt anybody. I won't kill anybody. But I will just I will say freaking I will scream at people. That's for sure. I will just scream at people. I will act insane if I go homeless. That's the type of person I am. And I know that many homeless people are not like this. They just, they are just powerless. They can't do anything. And it might be related to the fact that they just no longer care about doing anything, that nothing works, that they have tried it. Or it might be for the fact that they don't have the energy, to do that. But I feel that I would kind of get caught by the cops before I ran out of energy, I have so much anger inside of me, unconsciously, that it would all come about, to the surface. And this is a very real danger in a society that becomes very, badly organized and very kind of right wing in a sense. We will get these problems. People like me exist by the truckload. If you throw all of us out on the streets, we'll find you. Some of people like me might even kill you, Like, think about that. So, like, if these people end up homeless, you might see so many robberies starting to happen. You might see so much drug dealing, so much more drug dealing starting to happen. You might start to see so much, like real violent crime, like gun crime, like fucking stabbings and this kind of stuff starting to happen. You might see so many, you might even start to see something like, insane crimes, something like, kidnappings, starting to happen because of this. Like, there's so much stuff that people can do when they end up in like hopeless situations, you won't feel safe in your society then. You won't feel safety, If you take other people's safety away from the basic safety, you won't feel very safe yourself. What you gonna do? Call the police. There's a real possibility that when a society becomes fucked up enough, police won't exist anymore. There won't be police officers. Think about it really. Like, for example, the United States could be overthrown by the regular people and their guns in a fucking 5 minutes. The police could do nothing about that. They have so much firepower there, if they're really organized. In that kind of situation, none of the laws would matter, When people really become, the freaking, like the apes and the barbarians we are deep inside, there's nothing that can stop that. And we don't want to end up as a society in that kind of a situation. It's very bad to end up in that kind of situation. You don't want to see that, So when you pay taxes, think about that as mafia money. Think about that as paying the criminals so they don't shoot you, so they don't come to your house, so they don't break into your house. Taxation is protection money that we pay to the mafia, to the mafia, or so that people don't join the mafia. If we go further into the right wing over here in Finland, we will have the mafia over here. We will have the fucking mafia. There are so many immigrants from these like countries who already have the mafia. Like, think about those people joining like hands with people like, me, people like I've met a lot of people, that would join the mafia like gladly, I have met a lot of tough guys, lately. Like real tough dudes, I would see them like joining the Finnish mafia like that. Like, no, like if they like promised, like safety money and wealth for those freaking dudes, of course they would join. Like, they would become like this, mafia type drug dealers, like no problem. If you ask me, would I become a drug dealer if I became homeless? Like, it's possible, but I wouldn't really want to do that. It's possible that I'm the type of a person that would first kind of lash out at people. I would become the most heinous type of person. And then I would kind of, disappear into some forest and maybe kill myself. I don't know if I have the capability in myself to like really commit a suicide. But if I went homeless, I might commit suicide, but I wouldn't do it without going out with a bang. I would make sure that everybody fucking knew that I hated them. Like, I would make sure that everybody fucking knew that I hated them so much. I would make them feel like they were the most fucking worst human being ever on planet Earth, I would curse them to fucking the lowest hell realms, I would make sure that they fucking, knew this. And after that, I would kill myself. Like that's what I would probably do if I went homeless. I don't know if I would ever like feel like any like belongingness in any kind of criminal organization or any kind of mafia. I don't know. I don't know if I would become that kind of a person. I don't know if I would like see some, way out of the hopeless situation. Like, there's some way I can survive. I don't know. I hope that Finnish society doesn't descend into this, but it's possible, and you won't feel very safe in that society. I'm gonna say. You won't feel very safe in that society. Yeah, if you feel unsafe right now in Finnish society, you live in a candy land. This is a fucking candy land. There are no there are no real criminals in Finland. Yeah, you can say that there are, these bodybuilder, body fucker types, these homos that, fuck you in the ass in the in the jail. Yeah, there are a couple of those in the jail, but like Finnish society doesn't have real criminals. Like there are a couple of murderers, yes, of course. There are murderers and there are stabbers and like knives and like that kind of crime and even some shootings and that kind of stuff. But there's no that kind of like really psychopathic, insane type of criminality that has existed in the past of humankind. Like this insane type of, just killing people for like so little reasons and doing all kinds of heinous things to other people. Think about the criminality that happened in the Nazi Germany, for example. There's no criminality like that in Finnish society, but it might happen. It's there in the unconscious of the human being. Just let it out and see what happens to this fucking Candyland we have like built. It won't be very fun for you. So I'm here to warn you. I'm here to warn you. Think about this,